Today, we will talk about how to improve your breakfast for a healthy life. After 60, thanks to the advice of Dr. Hikari Takeda, a 92-year-old doctor with over 60 years of experience in the health field. Dr. Takeda combines the latest scientific knowledge with the wisdom of Eastern tradition, giving us precious advice for our well-being. Have you ever wondered if your usual breakfast habits could be harming your health without you realizing it? After your 60s, certain foods you consume every day could be contributing to problems you never suspected. At the end of this video, Dr. Takeda will share with us some recommendations that could really improve your life, helping you live longer and with more energy. I recommend you stay until the end to listen to his wise words, fruit of his experience and scientific knowledge. One example is the story of Sarah, a patient of Dr. Takeda, who never imagined that her morning habit of eating a bagel and drinking coffee would land her in the emergency room. I thought I was having a heart attack. Like many older people, Sarah didn't know that certain common breakfast foods can become harmful as we age. Today, with the guidance of Dr. Takeda, we will analyze 3 foods often present in our breakfasts that, while seemingly harmless, can raise blood pressure, damage the kidneys, or increase the risk of chronic disease. What you discover in the next few minutes could significantly improve your health and well-being in your later years. Before we begin, let us know in the comments the name of your city. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on health tips that can protect you and your loved ones. Dr. Hikari Takeda warns of the negative effects that modern breakfasts, dominated by highly processed foods, can have on the health of older people. Options like instant oatmeal, frozen waffles, or packaged cereals are popular choices because they are convenient and quick to prepare. However, after you're in your 60s, these seemingly harmless foods can pose a health risk. An example is that of Miguel, a 72-year-old man who started his days with quick oatmeal and packaged sweets. It was convenient, but everything changed when my doctor showed me my blood pressure readings. It was a wake-up call. Like many older people, Miguel didn't know that his quick breakfast choices were harming his body. Dr. Takeda, with his experience in caring for the elderly, explains that as we age, our bodies become more sensitive to certain ingredients. What doesn't cause problems at 40 can become dangerous at 60 or 70. For example, a serving of instant oats can contain up to 200 milligrams of salt, which is too much for a breakfast, especially if you have high blood pressure. Frozen waffles, on the other hand, contain preservatives that can aggravate joint pain and cause gastrointestinal distress. Many older people are unaware that after age 60, the kidneys can no longer handle sodium as efficiently as they used to. This means that eating foods like bacon or sausage for breakfast can overwork the kidneys and raise blood pressure. Dr. Takeda sees this problem frequently in his patients and stresses the importance of paying attention to the ingredients in the foods we eat every day. In addition, preservatives in processed foods promote inflammation in the body, which can lead to heart problems, worsen arthritis, and even impair memory. The doctor points out that many of his patients have noticed significant improvements in their overall health simply by eliminating processed foods from breakfast. A simple change that can make a big difference. What about the processed foods that are sold as healthy on store shelves? Many companies target seniors by offering breakfast bars or drinks that are fortified with vitamins and minerals. However, Dr. Hikari Takeda urges people to evaluate these products carefully. Just because a food contains added vitamins does not automatically mean it is healthy. In fact, many of these products still include processed ingredients that can be harmful, especially for those over a certain age. Another popular choice among older adults, because of their convenience, are breakfast beverages. But Dr. Takeda points out that many of these contain artificial sweeteners, preservatives, and other chemical additives. As we age, our digestive systems become more sensitive, and these ingredients can cause bloating, discomfort, and other digestive issues. Even whole grains, often touted as a healthy option, aren't always as nutritious as you might think. Many contain added sugars and preservatives disguised as complicated names on labels. As Dr. Takeda warns, if you need a dictionary to figure out what you're eating, it's probably best to avoid them. Dr. Hikari Takeda offers some simple but effective tips to make breakfast a healthy and beneficial moment for our health. First of all, he recommends choosing traditional oats instead of instant ones. Preparing oats the night before allows you to preserve all their nutrients and avoid the additives often found in quick versions. Another great option is to combine fresh fruit and natural yogurt, preferring them to sugary cereals. This combination is not only tasty, but it provides important vitamins and probiotics that promote gut health. Finally, a slice of whole wheat bread with avocado puree is a nutritious and tasty choice. Avocados, rich in healthy fats and fiber, help you feel fuller longer. Dr. Takeda emphasizes that small changes like these can have a significant positive impact on long-term health. Another risk that is often overlooked is foods high in refined sugar. Eating a sweet breakfast may seem like a harmless pleasure, but for people over 60, it can turn into a significant health problem. A typical example is someone who consumes a glass of orange juice, a sweet yogurt, and a fruit dessert, believing it is a healthy choice. Only later, perhaps after a diagnosis of type 2 diabetes, does one realize the excessive amount of sugar introduced daily. As you age, your body's ability to handle sugar changes and morning blood sugar spikes can become more severe and dangerous than they were in your youth. Dr. Takeda explains this with a simple example. A standard sweet breakfast can contain more sugar than 4 candy bars. Although it seems like a healthy choice, the effect on the body is anything but positive. Within a few minutes, blood sugar levels rise significantly, forcing the pancreas to produce a large amount of insulin. After the age of 60, the pancreas is less efficient, and this extra effort creates unnecessary stress on the body, especially in the early hours of the day. The biggest problem, however, occurs later. About 2 hours after a sugary breakfast, blood glucose levels drop dramatically, causing tiredness, nervousness, and irritability. To feel better, many people turn to new sweet foods, ending up in a vicious cycle that is difficult to break. Many breakfasts that seem healthy are actually sugar bombs in disguise. One example is fruit yogurt, which can contain as much sugar as a scoop of ice cream. Even fruit juices, while sugar-free, concentrate the sugar content of multiple fruits but lack the fiber that slows absorption. Cereals labeled heart-healthy can contain more sugar than a chocolate chip cookie. A classic case is someone who consumes a glass of apple juice and a serving of grape bran, believing they are making a healthy choice, when in reality they are starting the day with a dessert disguised as breakfast. The long-term consequences of a high-sugar diet are alarming, especially for older adults. The constant spikes and dips in blood sugar put a lot of stress on the body, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. Additionally, high sugar consumption is associated with increased inflammation, which can worsen joint pain and arthritis. The good news is that you can enjoy a delicious breakfast without refined sugars. The key is to choose naturally sweet foods that are rich in fiber, protein, and healthy fats. These nutrients help slow the absorption of sugar and keep blood sugar levels stable. Dr. Takeda suggests some techniques to recognize hidden sugars in breakfast products. For example, read labels carefully and look for words that end in "-ose", such as fructose, glucose, or dextrose, which are various types of sugar. Also, be careful with syrups and honey. Although they are natural, they have a similar effect on blood sugar as refined sugar. Additionally, it's best to avoid artificial sweeteners. While they may seem like a healthier alternative, recent studies show that they can alter blood sugar levels and change the way the body handles natural sugar. Additionally, many older adults report intestinal problems related to the consumption of these sweeteners. Instead of artificial sweeteners, Dr. Takeda recommends natural ways to sweeten your breakfast. For example, cinnamon adds sugar-free sweetness and is packed with antioxidants. Fresh berries provide a natural sweetness and are loaded with beneficial antioxidants. A ripe banana can sweeten oats while also providing potassium and fiber. The goal is not to eliminate sugar entirely, but to choose natural sources of sweetness that also provide nutritional benefits. Over time, your taste buds will adjust and you will begin to perceive the natural sweetness of foods, a pleasure you may not have noticed before. Dr. Hikari Takeda highlights another breakfast risk: saturated fat. Eating too much saturated fat in the morning can trigger inflammation throughout the body. For older people, this often translates into joint pain, digestive problems, and an increased risk of heart disease. Also, a critical issue is the effectiveness of medications. Many older adults take medications in the morning to regulate blood pressure or improve heart health, but a high-fat breakfast can make them less effective. Dr. Takeda has met patients whose blood pressure medications have lost their effectiveness because of unhealthy eating habits. Not all fats are to be avoided, however. For example, eggs can be a great source of protein as long as they are prepared properly. Instead of frying them in butter or oil, it is better to boil or poach them, thus maintaining their benefits without adding unnecessary fat. Eleanor, 71, is a perfect example of how small changes can improve your health. I replaced the bacon with avocado spread on my whole wheat toast, and instead of fried eggs and bacon, I now eat a poached egg with sliced tomatoes. I still feel full, but my cholesterol levels have improved and I have much more energy. The benefits of choosing healthy fats aren't just for your heart. Many older adults report improved digestion, more stable energy levels, and a significant reduction in joint pain. Elena adds, "It's amazing how good I feel. Before, I was tired by mid-morning, but now I stay active all day." Changing your breakfast habits doesn't mean sacrificing taste or convenience. It's about making healthier choices. For example, you can replace regular bacon with turkey bacon or use avocado instead of butter on toast. These are small changes that your body will appreciate, bringing health benefits and giving you more energy to enjoy the activities you love. Which of these foods to avoid for breakfast surprised you the most? Write it in the comments and let's help each other choose healthier breakfasts. Small changes like replacing processed foods with whole foods or preferring the natural sweetness of fruit can make a difference. Your body will thank you with more energy and well-being. Share your experience and subscribe to discover more tips that can improve your life.